I'm Taylor Gilbert,
I'm Sam Anderson.
and this is the Road Theater Company. In 1991, a group of very talented directors, designers, and actors came together to create the Road Theater Company. And we've been producing new works for almost 30 years, primarily West Coast, Los Angeles premieres.
I think the thing we're also excited about is the success that we've had with emerging as well as very well-known playwrights who feel very safe here with the most dangerous of their works because they know that we're going to take care of them as well as provide a great experience for our audience.
We like something that will make the audience walk away and think and have a conversation.
And our audiences have come to expect that, appreciate it, and even love it. That it's a great place to stay and have a conversation afterwards about what you saw. Disagreements abound frequently, which is great. It's exactly what we want. But what they get each time they come is a brand new experience that's as good as it gets.
We're a company of about 160 people. Talented actors, directors, designers, producers, all committed to this particular process of taking a new play with a playwright and shepherding it from the beginning through to a production, and hopefully to some life after that.
We all came together with the same mission of an ensemble. And what we found over the years is because of that, it draws the best, the cream of the crop. Our actors, it's an amazing pool of people, and it started right from the beginning.
Included in the makeup of our people are very young, talented actors who are right out of theater schools to very, very experienced actors who have tons of credits in all of the various media who just love to work here and want to do the kind of work that we do. The material is new and it's top-notch, and so are the writers. The directors we get are spectacular. The production values at the Road are very atypical of the smaller black box theaters in Los Angeles. And people who come here are continually surprised at how the space itself is transformed from show to show. Do you feel like you're walking into a different building every time you come to see something? We have a lot of designers, but our resident designers are the best in the city. And in fact, the LA Times has said that those values rival anything on the larger theaters anywhere. And we tend to agree.
I think what's unique about the Road is that we have consistently produced new works for over 29 years now and have garnered over 200 awards.
And one of the local critics, very aptly I think, called the theater one of LA's greatest living treasures for that very reason. And that we're very proud of and continue to try and live up to that standard.
The Road's mission has always been to create work that is what we consider to be politically and socially relevant. And therefore, we don't shy away from might be a contemporary show that's going to push a lot of buttons. We really want you to be here and listen to what's happening today, and hopefully that may help us change tomorrow.
We stay steadfastly committed to what is considered the most dangerous of theater missions, new work for the stage. And we hope that you take this journey with us. Hi, I'm Taylor Gilbert, founder and artistic director of the Rhode Theater Company, and
I'm Sam Anderson, artistic director of the Rhode Theater Company. We're here to welcome you to week 2 of the Rhodes SPF 12.
the largest playwrights festival of its kind in the country.
The Rhodes mission is new works, new voices in American theater.
And this past year, even new forms of presenting them. Remember where we were last year?
Oh boy. In a pandemic, locked down and trying to figure out some way to move forward regardless, right?
So, we took a big leap into the Zoom world and recorded 25 readings of new plays for SPF 11.
A truly virtual festival that ran on our website and YouTube channel for 3 weeks.
Complete with talkbacks with the writers, directors, and the cast.
That's right, and to our great surprise, the results were astonishing.
We reached over
That's right.
18,000 viewers on 6 continents.
Wow. And thanks to their generosity, donations to the Rhode were historical.
We were able during the year to further our mission by presenting 2 original works in a hybrid form.
Staged live with actors and directors, and filmed for broadcast on streaming services.
It has been a remarkable year.
It certainly has. And now we're back to SPF 12, bringing you more new works from around the world.
And once again, we'll remind you, if you like what we do, you can donate.
That's right. As we begin to move back to live production and continue to do taped readings and hybrid productions, we need you now more than ever.
Please see as many of these great new works as you can.
And tell your friends.
So, from both of us, welcome to SPF 12.
Week 2.
Hello, my name is Daniel A. Olivas, and welcome to the virtual reading of my play, Waiting for Godinez. It is my sincere hope that you enjoy my work. But if you hate it, if you think it is the worst thing you have ever seen in your life, you will have a chance to tell me, if you stay for the talk back afterwards. You could also tell me that you like it, and share any other thoughts and ideas you may have. And you will also learn what inspired me to write this play. So please sit back, relax, have a snack, try to enjoy the play, and don't forget, any donation that you can offer to the Rhode Theater would be welcome. No donation is too small. Thank you.
Waiting for Godinez, a tragic comedy in 2 acts by Daniel A. Olivas. Cast of characters: Isabel, Chavalita, a woman; Jesus, Chuy, a man; Piso, a man, older; Efortunada, a woman; child, about 10 years old. Scene: a park with city skyscrapers in background. Time: the present. Act 1. Setting: the city park, moonless evening, silhouette of skyscrapers off in the horizon. A tree stage right, with a dozen green leaves on its branches. At rise, Jesus, aka Chuy, sitting on a park bench, is trying to take off a huaracha from his left foot. He gives up. Isabel, aka Chavalita, enters, stops near Jesus, leans in to take in the entire scene.
Híjole.
Well said, Chuy. I have often said that. At times, the only proper response to life is híjole. So I let out a loud híjole when life does not go as it should. Sometimes we have no choice but to yell, híjole, my friend. Híjole!
Why are you yelling?
Isabel walks to Jesus, sits on the bench.
My friend returns. Cuéntame, where were you last night? I thought I lost you forever.
I cannot get these, cannot get my pinche huaraches off. They fit yesterday before I got deported. Now they are cutting through my feet.
Deported again? Did they beat you?
No, of course they did not beat me. They put me into a cage again.
A cage? But you're not a dog.
Are you so sure?
A dog would not wear huaraches.
There is a logic to your argument, Chavalita. I cannot deny that.
And they do not deport dogs either. Es la verdad. At least such things are not mentioned in the newspapers. Certainly not the newspapers I read. Indeed, people just love dogs. People everywhere are adopting stray perritos all the time and taking these wretched animals to live in beautiful casas at the beach. Dogs living like royalty at the beach.
See,
Ni más? Would a dog wear a shirt?
no,
Would a dog wear pants?
no.
Would a dog wear a beautiful watch, though it has stopped, is still correct twice a day?
My beautiful watch is dead. It was a gift from you, remember? So many years ago. That time we went on vacation in, where was it? Was it in Mexico? We were so young, barely out of our teens. I cannot remember where we went. Dios mío. My yesterdays slip away faster when I try to remember. And the more I forget, the lonelier I feel.
Ni modo. The point is, Chewy, you are not a dog. Eres una persona, no animal. You are as much a person as I am, my friend.
But if I were a dog, I would not be deported each night, and I would live in a beautiful casa at the beach.
Ah, es la verdad.
Hmm.
But you would still be a dog living in a beautiful house at the beach. As the great Mexican poet said, a dog is a dog is a dog.
What do poets know?
Poets understand the mysteries of our existence. And then they write beautiful poems explaining it all to us. Without poets, we would know nothing. Without poets, we would be nothing but animals crawling in the dust.
Es cierto.
Por supuesto.
So the poets say that we are not dogs.
In so many words.
Do dogs wear hats?
No, dogs do not wear hats.
No hats.
No hats.
I do not wear a hat.
Ah, see, you do not even own a hat.
I am therefore a dog.
No.
And Isabel does not own a hat.
No.
And so Isabel is a dog también.
No.
Los dos somos perritos.
I know.
Oh, these huaraches are slicing through my feet. Por favor, chavalita, help me get them off. I beg you. Have mercy on your old friend. We have been friends since we were children. You must help me. Por favor, ayúdame.
Tell me about the cage.
They are slicing through my feet.
The cage.
Every night I get deported, and every day I tell you about the cage.
No.
See, every night I fall asleep on this pinche bench. You sleep over there under the pinche tree. Then they come and deport me and throw me in a cage. A cold, horrible pinche cage fit for a dog. And then I escape because they never locked that pinche cage. And I make my way to this park. And I always find you snoring over there like a baby without a care in the world. I crawl back onto this bench, tired, cold, and I fall asleep. Then you wake me up every day. And every day, my feet are swollen with these pinche huaraches slicing through my skin. Híjole.
How can this be true? I do not remember any of this. Who takes you? Are there many people? Do they have weapons? Do they snarl and abuse you? They must come here silently like mines and slowly lift you from that bench so as not to wake you. Otherwise, I would awake from the noise. I would fight them off, protect you, Chewy.
Every night, thrown into a cage like a dog while you sleep under that pinche tree.
But your story makes no sense, Chewy. Once they deport you, why would they put you in a cage? If you are deported, they are free of you, and you are free of them, free to wander in Mexico. No need for a cage.
So there is no cage?
If your story is to make sense, which is what most stories should do, even stories involving you, my old friend, then there is no cage.
Unless what?
Unless they put you in a cage before they deport you.
Yes, that must be it.
Makes perfect sense. First the cage, then deportation.
But I trick them. I sneak out and make it back here to be with you so we can wait.
See? I solved the mystery.
Eres brillante, chavalita.
You are not deported at all.
Es cierto.
Every night they take you, put you in a cage, but do not deport you. And you always escape because the babosos do not lock the cage. Not so bad, eh? Could be worse. 10 men could give you a beating and throw you in that ditch over there every night.
Is that worse than a cold pinche cage?
The beating alone is worse than being thrown in a cage, cold or not.
Suppose that is true.
So, as the famous Mexican playwright said, all's well that ends well.
Who said that?
Names do not matter. The words matter.
Por favor, help me with these.
Híjole, your foot is so swollen. I can't get this huarache off.
Pull harder.
Success!
Now the other one.
Success again! Hooray!
Mucho mejor.
As the great Mexican philosopher said, a friend in need is a friend indeed.
So many Mexicans saying so many things.
Tell me more about your night away from me.
¿Qué quieres saber?
Tell me everything, por favor. From the beginning, every detail.
Last night, you sat under that tree promising to keep watch over me as I sleep on this bench. You said, Chewy, my dear friend, you have nothing to worry about. Te prometo. A promise from me is as good as gold. That is what you say every night. Good as gold. So I believed you. Why not? We have been friends since we were little children. And you have never lied to me. Pues, I closed my eyes, I was safe, and sleep came to me. And then it happened. I felt strong hands grab my arms, my legs, my head. These strong men and women, agents in green uniforms, lifted me from the bench. I struggled. I tried to call your name, but nothing came from my mouth. I hoped that you would see what was happening to me. I twisted my head, even as one of the agents squeezed it with strong hands. And then I saw you, asleep, snoring under that pinche tree, a carefree baby. I tried to scream, but my tongue was dead within my mouth. The agents tightened their grip and carried me away. And you snored. They took me to a big black van, threw me in the back with all these men, women, and children. Los niños estaban llorando. And the agents piled into the front seat and laughed at us. The driver said, "You are going home now." Home? But I was already home, here in this park, with you, contigo. And they drove throughout the night until suddenly we stopped. And an agent opened the back of the van. The other agents pulled us out, one by one, and herded us to a small row of cages. And one by one, they put us each into our own cage. So small, I could not stand. I had to crouch. The children kept crying. Then their parents started to cry too. And one by one, the agents closed the cages with a loud clang. And they laughed at us. ¿Entiendes? The more we cried, the louder the agents laughed. And as we whimpered, the agents congratulated each other on a good job. Some lit cigarettes. Then slowly, they wandered off, laughing, joking, proud of themselves. ¡Qué valientes! Finally, we could hear them no longer. And after an hour or so, in those cold, dark cages, the others quieted down. And eventually the crying was replaced with soft, sad snoring. The children and their parents, all in their own cages, were tired. And all they could do was sleep. Pero no dormí. I refused to sleep. I needed to come back here to you, Chavalita. I needed to stay awake and come up with a plan. And then it happened. As I tried to get comfortable, crouching in that cage to plot my escape, I leaned against the cage door and it fell open. I could not believe my luck. Those babosos forgot to lock my cage. I crept out on my hands and knees like a baby, and then stood like a man. I looked at the pobrecitos in their cages, snoring softly, and my heart broke. But what could I do? I have no doubt the agents did not forget to lock all of the cages. That would make no sense. So I was the lucky one. I looked around and could not see any of the agents. They were probably drunk someplace, laughing at us, celebrating their great conquest. I crept away silently into the night to come back to this park, to this place, my home, to be with you, my friend. Esa es toda la historia. And do you know what I thought about as I walked those many miles back to this park? I thought of you, Chavalita. I thought of your face, your voice, your embrace. That is what kept me walking, step by step, mile after mile. The thought of you. But I also had other thoughts. Tenía preguntas, such as, why do you lie to me? You make promises to protect me, but you do not. And that means you lie to me each day, every day. ¿Me estás escuchando?
Oh, Chewy, that story is unbelievable. How can any of this be true? You know I would always protect you, even from a horde of agents with strong hands. You must be dreaming. My word is as good as gold, I have told you. I would never lie to you. ¿Entiendes? If agents ever tried to touch you, I would fight them off.
Cada noche.
Oh, Chewy. Lo siento. I know you would not lie to me. If you say it happens every night, it happens every night.
Cada noche.
Sí, Chewy. Cada noche.
Chavalita,
Hmm?
I wanted to stop. No more cages. No more escaping. No more swollen feet. Ya, basta.
Your pain is never ending, eh?
Sí.
Mm. Just like Sisyphus.
I had a bad case of that when I was younger, but I have fond memories of the lovely lady who gave it to me. Huh?
No, tonto. I said Sisyphus. Sisyphus.
Sissy, ¿quién?
From Greek mythology, Chewy. Sisyphus. You know that poor pendejo who was punished by the dogs and forced to roll up a huge boulder up a hill. And each time he gets to the top of the hill, the pinche boulder rolls down. And he starts again, pushing that boulder up the hill. You are just like him. But your rock is not a rock at all, but a cage.
Ah, you are right. He is a pendejo. If I were him, I would stop pushing that boulder up the hill and go far away, someplace else, away from that boulder and that hill, someplace where I could take a long nap. I am so tired. I never close my eyes, not even for a minute when I am in that cold cage. And then all those miles walking back to you. I want to go someplace else and sleep, far from here where they cannot find me.
But we cannot go someplace else. Godinez told us to wait for him here by this tree.
Godinez? Are you sure? Can Godinez save me from the agents and that cold cage? Is that why we're here to meet him?
I cannot remember. I texted a note to myself, I think. My battery is dead.
I wonder what kind of tree this is. I wonder if in the old days, this was a hanging tree. A tree that could bring sleep with a bit of rope. It would be so easy. See? Muy fácil. Maybe Godinez is up there watching us.
No, they say Godinez is an older gentleman who was once lean but has grown quite corpulent with age. I do not think he could scramble up this tree.
Oh, why was he lean?
They say he was a famous bicyclist, raced once in the Tour de France.
They have the Eiffel Tower in France,
See,
but I have not seen it, except in photos, of course. And there is that beautiful plaque at the bottom of the Eiffel Tower. You know the words? Hermosas palabras on that plaque. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free.
no, idiota. That plaque is not on the Eiffel Tower.
But I saw it on the internet. The internet does not lie.
No, that is not where you saw those words, Chewy.
I did not see them on the internet.
Quien sabe? You might have seen those words on the internet, but not on the Eiffel Tower. Or maybe you dreamed them. Perhaps they are on the dollar bill. Godinez would know. He knows money, and he bicycled in France.
But they are such pretty words.
Do not trust pretty words.
But words matter.
Words matter until they do not.
Oh, tell me about Godinez.
They say he is a toro pelon, not a hair on his head, even when he was younger.
And now?
Still bald.
No. What does Godinez do now that he is too old and fat to race?
He owns a bicycle repair shop, of course.
Claro que sí.
And he told us to wait here by this tree.
What kind of tree is it? Is it a hanging tree?
This tree will die.
See?
This grass will die.
See?
I will die.
See?
You will die. You will die. You will die. I will die.
See? Perhaps Godinez will help me so that I will not be snatched up again and thrown in a cold cage like a dog.
Perhaps. They say Godinez does good deeds by employing people at the bicycle shop who cannot find employment. So we know he is capable of helping others. ¿Me entiendes? Yet people also say that Godinez beats one of the two children who works for him. The other child he does not bother for some reason. So I've been told. They are brother and sister, twins. I do not know where they come from, or who their parents are. They must be orphans. You remember them, do you not? We have seen them playing in the park on many occasions. One of them, I am not certain which, came to us that one day. Was it Tuesday? To say that we should wait for Godinez by this tree. I believe Godinez is to come today. I am certain my text to myself would confirm this. But alas, the battery is dead, so I cannot check. So we have no choice but to wait.
Perhaps Godinez will save me from the cold cage.
Perhaps.
Tengo hambre. Do you have any mangoes left?
No. You ate the last one yesterday.
I will even take a limon, chavalita.
No, I have nothing. You have eaten them all. Not one mango, not one limon. There is nothing left. Nada.
Tengo hambre. Ay. Estoy cansado. Ah. But I must stay awake.
Then let us talk of things.
¿Qué cosas?
We need a story.
Sí, un cuento.
You begin.
Not about that pinche cage again.
No, a happy story. One with great adventure.
Sí,
What about one from the Bible?
sí, la Biblia.
Make it a good one.
Por supuesto.
Which story?
Daniel en el foso de los leones.
I love this one. I can imagine those hungry lions smacking their lips.
Who is telling this story?
Lo siento. Continue, Chewy. I will be quiet. But make it good.
Por supuesto. All of the Bible stories are exciting, except for the begets. Once upon a time, there were two amigos named Daniel and Darius. Daniel was very holy, un santo, and Darius was a very rich man with great power, a mansion, and many things that made him happy. But Daniel was his best friend who made him happier than all the gold in the world. Pues, there were others who were very jealous of this friendship. Esos idiotas celosos cooked up a plan. They got Darius to sign some papers. I do not know what kind of papers. No soy abogado. But because of these papers, poor Daniel was thrown into a den of lions just because he was who he was. Nada más. When Darius found out he was tricked, he cried and cried. The same way I would cry if I did una cosa estúpida that turned you into dinner for some hungry cats. So, Darius ran as fast as his legs could take him to that den of lions.
What happened?
No pasó nada. When Darius got to the den, he found Daniel standing safely outside the den.
Escape!
Pues, Daniel had another amigo named Jacob, who always carried a big ladder with him wherever he went, because you never know when someone might need a ladder. ¿Entiendes? Jacob looked down into the lion's den and saw his poor amigo about to be eaten by 6 lions. So, thinking fast, Jacob lowered his wonderful ladder down into the den. And this ladder was special. It was surrounded by angels. These beautiful angelitos helped Daniel get onto the ladder, and he scrambled up to safety.
What?
The end.
No, something is wrong. Daniel did not escape with the help of Jacob's ladder.
Está en la Biblia.
No, yes, no. I mean, both stories are in the Bible. You have made 2 into 1.
And that is what we call a miracle.
I know.
La Biblia está llena de milagros.
What's that? ¿Quién está allí? Could that be Godinez?
You lazy creature, pull faster. I have places to be. Time slips away and it shall never return.
Ay, Dios mío.
Isabel jumps up and hides behind the park bench. Over the bench back, Jesus notices that Isabel is hiding, jumps up and joins her and crouches.
Faster!
Piso and Aficionado enter. Aficionado pulls a large 2-wheeled rickety wooden cart that is painted in faded colors. In the cart sits Piso in a wing-backed, beat-up, upholstered chair holding a glass of wine. Aficionado pulls the cart to center. Isabel and Jesus watch in alarm from behind the park bench. Aficionado stops suddenly and drops the cart's handles, making Piso lose his balance and spill wine on his pants.
Oh, imbecile!
Piso stands.
Open!
Aficionado shovels to the little gate at the side of the cart and opens it. Waits.
Step stool!
Aficionado jumps, reaches into the cart and pulls out a step stool, places in front of the cart's door. Piso gingerly steps out of the cart, holding wineglass aloft so as to avoid spilling again, and steps onto the ground triumphantly.
Is that him?
Who?
You know,
I do not remember.
Godines.
¿Quién?
Godines.
Sí, it must be Godínez.
Sí,
You're waiting for him, correct?
sí.
Magnífico.
Estupendo.
Brillante.
Guapo.
Un genio.
Jesus jumps out from behind the park bench and runs towards Piso, arms extended as if to hug Piso. Isabel follows closely behind. They stop in front of Piso.
Señor Godínez.
Who? What?
What my friend meant to say was, welcome, Senor Godines. We have been waiting for you as you requested.
I do not know this Senor Cortez of whom you speak.
No, not Cortez. Godínez. You do not know your own name?
My name is Piso.
Piso. That is a low name.
My name is at your service. I am Piso Mojado.
Piso mojado?
You laugh, but my name is seen in thousands of hotels and luxurious office buildings across the country.
Wherever there are dirty floors to mop.
Gentle people, as I said, I am Piso Mojado, not Cortez or Garcia or Godinez. You may call me Piso. At your service.
Not Godines. The joke is on us, Chewy? Nothing matters. Again.
Sí, nada importa. Una vez más.
And what are you famous for?
Are you more famous than Godínez?
I do not know this Godinez of whom you speak, so perhaps I am more famous than he. We call that logic.
And what are you famous for?
Are you more famous than Godínez?
Gentle people, I heard you the first time. My fame comes from the work of others, which makes me a genius.
I told you, chavalita, un genio.
What is it that you do?
I am a literary agent. For you?
Literary agent of the highest regard and standards. Señor Piso Mojado.
Representing only the most talented creators of poetry, fiction, histories, and memoirs.
Only the finest representation of the greatest authors of our time.
Manuscript submission guidelines. Please send your queries in the body of an email. No attachments, please.
Emails with attachments shall not be read and shall be deleted immediately.
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
I cast a wide net. Even nerds write bestsellers.
He is a genius.
Printing and paper costs are up, gentle people, so I must conserve where I can.
Anaphora, couplet, enjambment, meter, epigraph, dactyl, stanza.
Enough!
Quatron?
I said, enough. No need to be afraid, gentle people.
Who is that?
Your slave?
Oh, no. Slavery was outlawed long ago. Afortunada is a poet, one of my clients, who had shown great promise at one time. She did a residency at Yaddo, had poems published in the finest literary journals, anthologized by the most reputable publishers, a debut collection that received several glowing reviews. But alas,
Alas, what?
Alas, what?
alas, even the most successful and talented poet can make nothing more than a mere pittance. Not enough money to keep one fed and clothed. A best-selling poetry collection might sell 1,000 copies, if you're lucky. So, gentle people, I am taking this poor wretch of a poet to the city to exchange her for a novelist who, as we all know, can sell hundreds of thousands of books and even have Hollywood option his or her work to be made into a blockbuster film. Yes, that is where the money sits, just waiting for me and my client to benefit from. Hollywood blockbuster. As we all know, poets may sound quite pretty, but their words mean nothing. And worse yet, poets do not create a steady and substantial income flow. Yes, for reasons that I cannot fathom, everyone wants to be a poet. The world is lousy with poets, crammed with poets, bloated with poets. And that, gentle people, is the greatest tragedy humankind has ever known. Poets are a pestilence for which there is no treatment, no inoculation, no vaccine. And sadly, I learned that lesson quite late in life. So you see, gentle people, I must drop this client, this poet, and find a novelist to add to my list. It must be done. I have no choice, or else I will starve from the measly percentage I am paid for Afortunada's meager royalties.
But is her poetry not good?
Oh, contraire. She's one of the greatest poets of our time. But who buys poetry? Who listens to poetry? Who cares about poetry? No one, except for the poets who want to see their pretty words in print. That is why I must exchange my poet for a novelist. Everyone reads novels, or at least they say they do, but the key is this. People buy novels, even if they do not read them. Thousands and thousands of books are purchased by the public each day, and agents eat well and wear fancy clothing.
Quiero escuchar un poema.
Yes, that would be a pretty way to spend time as we wait for Godines.
Who's Godines?
We are waiting for Godines.
Sí, estamos esperando a Godines.
Yes. We may have my poet recite a few pretty words. Why not? She will not be with me much longer, so I might as well get some use out of her, even if it's just to entertain two strangers.
Pointing to the step stool,
Afortunada, prepare to orate.
Afortunata steps onto the stool.
Recite the poem, Sisyphus Explains.
Sisyphus? Again?
She has not recited this for you before.
Ni modo, ignore Chewy. Let us hear the poem.
Very well.
Before she starts, one question.
Yes?
Did she write this poem?
No, this is not one of her compositions. If she read one of her own poems, I would have to charge you for royalties so that I could get my appropriate percentage of the proceeds. But I assume, gentle people, you do not have a dime between you? I thought so. This poem is by another poet, not one of my clients, so I do not care if I violate his copyright. Besides, he's a minor poet and certainly not one who can afford to hire an attorney to sue me for violation of his intellectual property. Please recite Sisyphus Explains.
Sisyphus Explains, a poem. They laugh or cry at my plight that I need not describe. But in truth, this is great pleasure for me, nothing less. I am known for my grand cunning, great hubris, and ferocious thirst for power. But this hill, this stone, this eternal toil are all part of my plan. Tartarus is hilly and charming, far from my petty concerns in Corinth, so I am free to ponder life's great mysteries as I repeat my simple and predictable employment. Do not cry for me, Glaucus, or Nitian, Tassander, and Almus. Treat each other well, my sons, and know that I am at peace, that I am well.
Steps off stool.
Wonderful. Ah, otro poema.
What did it mean?
Yes. What did it mean?
Does it matter? They're just words organized into lines and stanzas. Why should it mean anything?
Another poem, please.
Not another poem.
Otro,
Otro.
otro, otro.
No.
Quiero un poema sobre gatos.
What? You want a poem about cats?
Chewy, you have never owned a cat.
No one really ever owns a cat.
Es cierto.
But if I owned a cat, I would name him Nacho.
A fine name. How about a cat poem?
No. No one ever made any money from cat poems.
Do you have a mango or even a limon?
No.
Tengo,
No time.
tengo mucho hambre.
No time for mangoes, gentle people. Though I have many here in this lunch basket.
Oh, no.
Off to the city for a novelist. Afortunada, get back in your post and pull as if it matters to you.
Afortunata gets in front of cart and grabs handles and starts to pull.
Adieu, gentle people. We will never see each other again, no doubt. But wish me well in my endeavors. Faster, Afortunada, faster.
Piso and Afortunata exit. Isabel and Jesus follow them, slowly, sadly, stop by bench as cart passes bench.
Faster! Faster, I say!
They are gone forever.
So are the mangos. Estoy cansado.
Jesus, climbing onto the bench, curls up in a nap, closes eyes.
Let me sleep.
Again?
I never can sleep. Please give me some peace. No te pido mucho.
Sleep, my old friend.
Isabel turns to look up at the tree.
Rest, so that we will be ready to meet Godínez. He should be here, perhaps while you sleep, dear friend. But do not worry, I shall awaken you. But sleep for now. Sleeping is the best way to wait. Indeed, sleeping is the best way to live.
Mr. Albert! Mr. Albert!
Why do you call me Mr. Albert?
Are you Mr. Albert?
I am Miss Abel. But you may call me Senora Soledad out of respect for my age and station. Who is it you are looking for? Are you the child who came Tuesday with the news that Senor Godínez wanted us to wait for him by this tree?
No, Senora Soledad, that was not me. Maybe it was my twin.
Ah, you are one of the twins, yes? You both work at the bicycle repair shop for Senor Godínez, correct?
Sí, Senora Soledad.
Which one are you?
What do you mean, Senora Soledad?
Are you the boy or the girl?
I do not know, Señora Soledad.
You must know.
No, Señora Soledad.
Ni modo. Does Señor Godinez beat you or your twin?
He beats my twin, Señora Soledad.
Ah, so perhaps you are the girl. Maybe Señor Godinez is a man of the old ways and would only beat a boy.
I do not know, Señora Soledad.
Look at my face.
Sí, Señora Soledad.
Do you recognize me?
No, Señora Soledad.
Are you certain?
Sí, Señora Soledad.
You would not lie to me, child.
No, Señora Soledad.
You are very thin. Are you hungry, child?
Sí, Señora Soledad.
Here. Child, a delicious, ripe mango for you. Take it.
Gracias, Señora Soledad.
And do you have a message for me from Señor Godinez?
Sí, Señora Soledad.
And what is that message?
Señor Godinez says that he cannot come this evening, but he hopes to come tomorrow.
But we have waited all day for him, child. What of that? Does that matter?
I do not know, Señora Soledad.
Oh, well, tomorrow it must be. We have no choice, do we? You may go now, child.
But, Señora Soledad,
What is it, child?
what should I tell Señor Godinez?
Tell him you met me, we spoke, I fed you, and sent you off. Can you do that, child?
Sí, Señora Soledad.
Child hesitates, turns, starts to walk, turns to look at Isabel one last time, as if to say something, thinks better of it, then runs off. Suddenly, sky goes dark. It is now a dark night. Moon rises into the middle of the night sky.
You have returned, my old friend. Just in time. I have so much to tell you. My days are filled with so much. Oh, I cannot remember. But they are filled with many things that I want to share with you. If you have but a moment, I can gather my memories and I will tell you everything.
Chabelita, ¿dónde estás?
Estoy aquí. Estoy aquí, Chewy.
Isabel lifts Jesus' head, sits, gingerly puts Jesus' head on her lap.
Do not let them take me again, Chabelita. I do not want to be put in that cold cage ever again. Stay here, por favor.
I will protect you, Chewy. I will keep you safe. I will not sleep under the tree this time. I will stay here near you and alert all night. Do not worry, my old friend. I will never betray you.
Mil gracias.
Por nada.
Tengo hambre. Do you have a mango?
No, Chewy. I gave you the last one yesterday.
Oh, yes. You said that.
Maybe tomorrow I will have a mango. And I promise to give it to you.
Sí. Mañana.
In the meantime, I will stay alert.
Gracias, Chabelita.
I will protect you.
Gracias, Chabelita.
No one will take you tonight.
Gracias, Chabelita.
I've always taken care of you, my friend. I will continue to do so until our last days on earth.
Gracias, Chabelita.
I cannot imagine a world without you.
Gracias, Chabelita.
You are my friend.
Gracias, Chabelita.
You may trust me.
Gracias, Chabelita.
Te prometo. A promise from me is as good as gold.
Gracias, Chabelita.
Both grow quiet. Both are now asleep. Curtain, end of Act 1. Act 2. Setting. Next day. Same city park, a moonless evening. Silhouette of skyscrapers off in the horizon. Scene is identical to Act 1, except all of the leaves from the tree have fallen, scattered about the grass and road. The park bench is empty. Jesus' huaraches sit near the bench, as they were the night before. At rise, enter Isabel. Stops in front of the tree. Puzzled. Looks down and sees leaves, picks up one leaf and examines it, lets it fall back to the ground. Looks over to bench, examines it, looks around the park, sees no one, sits down, taking in the scene.
Híjole.
Isabel stands, looks down to examine the bench, looks around the park to make certain no one else is around, climbs onto the bench, stands erect.
Sisyphus explains. A poem. They laugh or cry at my plight that I need not describe. But in truth, this is great pleasure for me, nothing less. I am known for my grand cunning, great hubris, and ferocious thirst for power. But this hill, this stone, this eternal toil are all part of my plan. Tataris is hilly and charming, far from my petty concerns in Corinth. So I am free to ponder life's great mysteries as I repeat my simple and predictable employment. Do not cry for me, Glaucus, Orynthian, Thersander, and Almus. Treat each other well, my sons, and know that I am at peace, that I am well.
Isabel steps off bench, sits again. Enter Jesus walking slowly, barefoot, approaches Isabel, stops in front of Isabel and turns, walks over to tree, looks up into the barren branches, looks down at the leaves strewn about, slowly bends and picks up one leaf, examines it curiously, shrugs, drops leaf, turns, walks to bench, sits. He sees his huaraches, slips them on, one at a time.
You again.
Sí, soy yo otra vez.
Where have you been? I thought I had lost you forever.
We have been friends for many years, since we were niños pequeños.
Where have you been? I thought I lost you forever.
They took me last night while you snored like a baby. They took me, threw me into that cold cage. But I escaped before they could deport me. The babosos forgot to lock the pinchy cage again. So I escaped and walked miles with no huaraches on my feet back to here.
I am always here for you.
That is the problem.
You are cruel.
You are here.
If you needed my help, why did you not cry out?
Why did you not listen?
There is nothing wrong with my ears.
That makes it worse.
Idiota.
Tonta.
Pendejo.
Ingrata.
Monstruo.
Chupacabra.
Asesino.
La Llorona.
Diablo.
Abogada.
Oh. Ay.
Creo que absurdum est.
What?
That is Latin.
You speak Latin?
Por supuesto, soy Latino.
Isabel stands, walks over to tree, examines tree's empty branches.
This looks different from yesterday.
Es lo mismo.
No, it is different. Somehow, I cannot remember. But I know it is different. It is different from yesterday.
Es lo mismo.
Why did you leave me last night?
Ya te dije lo que pasó. The agents came in green uniforms, grabbed me with their big hands, and threw me in that black van with all the others. You can still hear their cries, especially los niños. And then, after driving through the night, those agents threw us all into those pinche cages. But they forgot to lock mine, so I escaped, and I left all the others behind, locked in their cages, snoring. I walked all night, and now I am here. But these new huaraches fit my swollen feet better than my old ones. That is one good thing.
No, those are your old huaraches. Remember, I helped you take them off and we put them here yesterday by the bench? They have not moved. They are your old huaraches.
My old huaraches were a lighter brown. These are dark brown. I wonder who left them here. He clearly has larger feet than I.
Did you miss me?
When?
When you were in that cage last night.
I always miss you, even when I am with you.
I do not know if that makes me very happy.
No es mi trabajo hacerte feliz.
I just want happy days.
I just want happy nights.
What brings you back to me each night?
My feet?
I'm serious.
Yo también hablo en serio.
Just your feet?
Is there a right answer?
Por supuesto.
My
See?
heart?
As the great Mexican philosopher said, bingo.
I prefer lotería.
Ay, yo también.
Tengo una pregunta para ti.
What is your question?
What if I never came back here to you?
Maybe your life would be better.
No sé.
And maybe my life would be better.
No sé.
Let us kill time.
Time will die without our help.
Let us play Piso and Afortunada. I will be Afortunada and you will be Piso.
¿Quiénes son?
You know, the two from yesterday. Sisyphus explains.
No, not that one. Do the one about the cat. Amo los poemas sobre gatos. Piso did not let Afortunada do a cat poem.
Ah, you do remember.
I remember nothing.
But you said...
I said nothing.
I will recite the poem. They laugh or cry at my plight that I need not describe.
No, not the Sisyphus poem.
But in truth, this is great pleasure.
No.
Quack, 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 quack.
No.
Quack, 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 quack.
I want to leave this place.
No, we must stay.
Stay? Why?
We must wait for Godines.
¿Por qué?
You know why?
I do.
Yes.
Because we must.
Yes.
Because we have no choice.
Yes.
Because we must wait for Godines.
Yes.
We must wait for Godines.
Yes. We must wait for Godines.
Yes. That is what I thought. Por supuesto.
Yes.
I will sleep now.
Yes.
Estoy cansado, tan cansado.
Yes. Sleep.
Gracias, Chavalita.
Por nada.
Gracias.
And so we will wait for Godinez. Maybe he will make things better. Stop the cycle. Stop the cages. Keep you safe. Yes, we will wait for Godinez because we have no choice. Why does it happen over and over and over? Why do they take you, my friend, and put you in a cage in the hopes of deporting you? What harm have you done to them? You are as much of this country as you are of Mexico. But you are not home in either place. Ni de aquí, ni de allá. But what can I do? Each day I promise to stay vigilant throughout the night, but I fail you. I fall asleep. I enter dreams of yesterday when we were happy and young. And in my slumber, they take you, put you in a cold cage. But those babosos forget to lock your cage and you escape each night and make your way back to me. But why? Are you an animal to be locked up in a cage? No. Or maybe yes. No. I do not know anymore. Maybe you should not return here. Perhaps tonight after I fall asleep and they take you and throw you in that cage, you should make a different plan for your escape. Maybe there is a safe place far from me where you can live free from those monsters who want you out of this country. Why do you return to me? Why have you not learned? American dirt is a lie, not to be trusted. They use you when they need cheap work. Then when they are done with you, they snatch you up in the middle of the night to rid themselves of your presence. Ay, Dios mío! Who gives them the right? Or maybe a bit of rope and that tree branch can help you escape this prison forever. It could be over so fast. No more cages, no more suffering, no more creeping back to this park to be with me. Nice long rest. Or maybe the rope is for me, not you. I could use a nice long rest también. As the great Mexican artist said, I hope the exit is joyful, and I hope never to return. No. That bit of rope has a better use for you, Chewy, no? That makes the most sense. You're the one suffering each night without end. La cuerda es tuya. But what about me? I would be alone. Siempre. What about me? Maybe Godinez is the answer, not a bit of rope. We will wait for him. We have no choice.
Godinez.
What is that? Can that be Godinez?
Jesus' eyes pop open, sits up.
Oh, What is time to me now? Pull me, if you must. To where? I do not know.
Fortunada! They are back!
Isabel jumps up, runs to middle of the road to meet Piso and Afortunada. Jesus is confused, remains seated.
Oh, where do we go? I do not know.
Piso and Afortunado enter. Afortunado pulls a beautiful, large, two-wheeled wooden cart that is painted gold. In the cart sits Piso, in a new winged-back upholstered chair, holding a glass of wine. Piso wears a bandana in his eyes with blood stains where his eye sockets would be.
It is time to rest. Please, stop here. Afortunada. Thank you. You are too kind. Please open.
Afortunado walks calmly to the little gate at the side of the cart and opens it. Waits.
Step stool, please.
Afortunado reaches into the cart and pulls out a step stool, places it in front of the cart's door, offers Piso an arm. Piso reaches out, finds Afortunado's arm, gingerly steps out of the cart and steps onto the ground, carefully.
Who are they?
You know,
I do not remember.
Piso and Afortunada.
Who?
The literary agent and his poet from yesterday.
We know them?
Sí.
And this is a good thing?
Sí.
See. But what is wrong with Piso's eyes?
Ay, no sé.
Who? What?
Ah, welcome back, Señor Piso Mojado.
Ah! Who is shouting at me? Please stop. Are you unable to see that I am blind? A blind man's hearing is amplified by his blindness, transforming a mere whisper into an intolerable cacophony of sound.
Who?
Ah!
Who is this blind man?
My name is Piso.
Piso? That is a loan name.
No, Chuy, this is the great literary agent Piso. We encountered him and his poet yesterday at the same spot. Do you not remember, Chuy?
I do not remember. And I did not like his poem, the poem his poet recited to us.
Then you do remember.
Do not tell me what is in my head.
At your service, I am Señor Piso Mojado.
Te conozco.
Gentle people, may I introduce to you Afortunada, one of the greatest novelists of our time, and my newest client.
No, this is Afortunada, your poet, not novelist.
She recited a poem for us yesterday. The one about that pendejo who pushes that pinche boulder up the hill. But I wanted a poem. I wanted un poema sobre un gato.
Yes, this is the same poet we met yesterday.
Sí, la misma persona.
Do not mock a blind man. I know who my client is. She is the newest literary star, and she signed with me this morning. Afortunada is a brilliant novelist, a wordsmith of the highest caliber. I do not waste my time with poets who only bring misery and unpaid bills, and most of them are drug addicts and drunkards, to be quite frank with you. No poets for me. Give me a novelist any day.
What happened to your eyes, if I may ask?
¿Estás bien?
Gentle people, Afortunada blinded me with a pen.
Qué horrible.
What? Why have you not prosecuted her? What have the authorities said about this horrible crime?
I am a literary agent. Afortunada is my client, and she will be a bestseller. We will be wealthy beyond our imaginations. What is the loss of my eyes when I will live in comfort for the rest of my life?
Híjole.
Sí, híjole.
She did it with a pen?
Yes.
¿Qué tipo de pluma era?
Yes. What kind of pen was it?
I do not know. Perhaps a fountain pen. I cannot remember.
¿Cómo podría no saber qué tipo de pluma era?
Yes, I would have remembered what kind of pen Chewie used to blind me.
I never would have blinded you.
I know, Chewie.
I have wanted to kill you, por supuesto, but I would never think of blinding you.
Talking about it will not bring back my eyes. No, it does not matter. What does matter is that I have a brilliant novelist as a client who, no doubt, will bring us wealth and fame. What more could a literary agent desire?
Allegory. Conflict. Exposition. Denouement. Foreshadowing. Freytag's pyramid.
Please save your creative energies.
Climax?
Oh, perfect. No more, please. No need to be afraid, gentle people. The novelist has the tools of her trade, as does the poet, but with one difference.
And what is that difference?
The novelist's tools bring in much more in the way of financial remuneration, of course.
Of course.
Por supuesto.
Would you like to hear my great author recite from her novel in progress? Gratis?
Free is good.
Something about gatos.
A true coincidence, gentle people. The great novelist's latest work does have a character whose nickname is Kitten. A truly remarkable stroke of luck.
Close enough.
Yes! That would be a pretty way to spend the time as we wait for Godines.
Who's Godines? Ay.
We are waiting for Godines.
Sí, estamos esperando a Godines.
Yes. We may have my novelist recite a few pretty words. Why not?
Pointing to step stool.
Afortunada, prepare to orate.
Afortunada steps onto the stool.
Please recite an excerpt from your novel in progress, Sanctity.
A mysterious title. It must be brilliant. Let us hear the excerpt.
Very well, gentle people. I give you the great novelist, Joshua Franklin.
¿Quién?
I said Joshua Franklin. This is Afortunada's nom de plume.
What?
That is her pen name. I learned long ago that selling books is a business with certain rules. Rule number 1, for a book to sell, it must be reviewed. And a book written by a person named Afortunada will not attract reviewers from the major publications, the literary intelligentsia, if you will. However, a major novel by an author with a name like Joshua Franklin will be reviewed. Joshua Franklin, recite an excerpt from Sanctity.
From the novel Sanctity by Joshua Franklin. Chapter 1, Sanctity in Trouble. Oh, kitten, I'm delighted you called, the girl's aunt said on the telephone. I am not well. At times I believe my life consists of nothing more than my body plotting against me with a plan of torture that gets more devious each day. How is that different from my life? The girl asked. It was now her habit to call her aunt midway through her dinner break at the Red Lobster. She had many thoughts about her job, which was far beneath her desires and abilities. But Hap put on a brave face for her aunt, and these phone calls gave her a chance to have an obligatory conversation without saying too much, and the honest opportunity to end the conversation because her manager needed her to go back to waiting tables. I am seeing double again, her aunt explained. It's like my world has been split in two, like a teensy French chef has sliced my vision with a very sharp knife or something.
Steps off stool and bows head.
Wonderful.
Otro!
But what did it mean?
Are we to be impressed?
Well, does it matter? They're just words organized into lines and paragraphs and chapters. Why should it mean anything? And were you not riveted? Such simple language creating such complex characters, so real you could almost smell their perfume. But in the end, the real question is, will Sanctity by Joshua Franklin sell? And I have little doubt it will, because the critics will not ignore it.
You are the expert.
Well, I certainly am.
By the way, do you have a mango that you can spare for poor hungry Chewy?
Reaches for Fortunato's arm. Grasp arm, turns, feels for stool with right foot, steps onto stool and into cart.
No time for mangoes, gentle people, though I have many here in this lunch basket. Off to the city to meet with the publishers.
Fortunato gets in front of the cart and grabs handles and starts to pull.
No!
Adieu, gentle people. We will never see each other again, no doubt, but wish me well in my endeavors. Faster, please, Afortunata. Faster.
Piso and Fortunato exit. Isabel and Jesus follow them slowly. Stop by bench as cart passes bench.
No.
Faster. Faster, please, my great novelist.
They are gone forever.
I am unhappy. Why do you laugh at my unhappiness?
The great Mexican playwright said, nothing is funnier than unhappiness.
How will we pass the time as we wait for... ¿Cuál es su nombre? Ah, sí, Godínez.
A game to end our boredom. I will say a word. You must respond with another word. A word that naturally follows.
What kind of word?
Aguas calientes.
Baja California.
Baja California Sur.
Campeche.
Coahuila.
Colima.
Chiapas.
Chihuahua.
Ciudad de México.
Durango.
Guanajuato.
Guerrero.
Hidalgo.
Jalisco.
México.
Michoacán. ¡Ay!
Morelos.
Nayarit.
Nuevo León.
Oaxaca.
Puebla.
Querétaro.
Quintana
San Luis Potosí.
Sinaloa.
Sonora.
Tabasco.
Tamaulipas.
Tlaxcala.
Veracruz.
Yucatán.
Zacatecas.
That is my favorite game.
Yo también. Have you been to all those places?
No, Chewy, you know that. I have another 12 states to visit. Then I will have seen them all.
May I go with you?
Of course, Chewy. I could never go without you.
Jesus starts to walk toward the bench.
Oh, where are you going?
Jesus stops and pauses.
Barcelona.
Oh,
Jesus resumes walking toward bench.
No. No, Barcelona. To this bench. That is where I'm going. Estoy tan cansado.
Jesus climbs onto the bench, curls up to nap.
sleep, my old friend.
Isabel walking downstage looks at the tree.
We must be ready to meet Godinez. And should he arrive while you sleep, I promise that I will wake you. As the great Mexican philosopher said, sleeping is the best way to pass the time while you wait for the important thing to happen. We will meet Godinez here, together, by this tree. And he will I do not know what Godinez will do or say, but we must wait for him. Then he will let us know. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
Mr. Albert! Mr. Albert!
Why do you still call me Mr. Albert?
Are you Mr. Albert?
As I told you yesterday, I'm Isabel, and my close friends call me Chavalita. But you may call me Senora Soledad out of respect for my age and station. Who is it that you're looking for? Are you the child who came yesterday with the news that Senor Godinez wanted us to wait for him by this tree?
No, Senora Soledad. That was not me. Maybe it was my twin.
You both work at the bicycle repair shop for Senor Godinez, correct?
Sí, Senora Soledad.
Which one are you?
What do you mean, Senora Soledad?
Are you the boy? Oh. Yesterday, your twin did not know.
I do not know, Senora Soledad.
You must know. Someone must know.
No, Senora Soledad. I do not know.
Ay, ni modo. You are the twin that Senor Godinez beats, correct?
He does not beat my twin, Senora Soledad.
So perhaps you are the boy. Maybe Senor Godinez is a man of the old ways and only would beat a boy.
I do not know, Senora Soledad.
You are very thin, just like your twin. Are you hungry, child?
Sí, Senora Soledad.
Here, child, a delicious ripe mango for you. Take it.
Gracias, Senora Soledad.
Por nada. Child, were you born in Mexico?
Sí, Senora Soledad.
Do you know which state?
Sí, Senora Soledad.
Which one?
Oaxaca, Senora Soledad.
That is a fine state.
I do not know, Senora Soledad.
Trust me, child, it is a fine state. You know which state I was born in?
No, Senora Soledad.
Of course you do not know. I was born in the great state of Chihuahua.
And what state was he born in, Senora Soledad?
Jesus? He was born in Texas, El Paso to be correct.
Is that in Mexico, Senora Soledad?
No, it is part of this country, in the United States. Texas was once part of Mexico long ago. Anyway, my friend over there never remembers that he was born in the United States, that he is a citizen of this country, our country. He lost his birth certificate long ago and never remembers that he needs to get another copy.
Why do you not remind him, Senora Soledad?
I always forget. Do you blame me, child?
No, Señora Soledad.
I assume you have a message for me from Señor Godínez?
Sí, Señora Soledad.
And what is that message?
Señor Godínez says that he cannot come this evening, but he hopes to come tomorrow.
This is the same message your twin gave me yesterday. We have been waiting for him for 2, 3, maybe 4 days. I do not remember. What of that? Does our waiting not matter to Señor Godínez?
I do not know, Señora Soledad.
Oh, well, tomorrow it must be. We have no choice, do we? You may go now, child.
But Señora Soledad,
What is it, child?
what should I tell Señor Godínez?
Tell him you met me. We spoke. I fed you just as I fed your twin yesterday and sent you off. Can you do that, child?
Sí, Señora Soledad.
Child hesitates, turns, starts to walk, turns to look at Isabel one last time, then runs off. Suddenly, sky goes dark. It is now a dark night. Moon rises into the middle of the sky.
You have returned. It is good to see you again. Have you missed me? Yes, of course you have. How could you not? ¿Cómo? Of course I appreciate your visits. And I will mourn the day you stop.
Chavalita, ¿dónde estás?
Estás aquí.
Isabel standing in front of bench.
Estás aquí, Chuy.
Isabel lifts Jesus' head and sits. Gingerly puts Jesus' head on her lap.
I had a dream, Chavalita. You fell asleep here next to me, and they came and took me again and put me in that cold cage. All because you fell asleep and did not fight them off.
It was only a dream, my friend. I will protect you, Chuy. I will keep you safe. No te estoy mintiendo. I will stay alert all night. Do not worry, my old friend. I will never betray you. You have my word.
Mil gracias.
Por nada.
Tengo hambre. Do you have a mango?
No, Chuy, I gave you the last one yesterday. I have had nothing in my pockets all day. I would never lie to you.
Oh, yes, you said that.
But I hope that tomorrow I will have a mango. And if I do, I promise to give it to you and no one else.
Sí, mañana. Talk to me, Chavalita.
About what, my friend?
Tell me about your life.
What do you want to know, my friend?
Did you ever marry?
Oh, yes. I had a big wedding when I was young. You were there.
I was.
See? You do not remember?
Tell me about your wedding. Who did you marry?
I married your brother, Nacho. You do not remember?
Ah, sí. Nacho. And was it a beautiful wedding?
Yes. It was beautiful.
And did you have children?
See,
How many?
2, a boy and a girl. Twins.
Ah, sí. Twins. And where's Nacho?
I do not know.
And where are the twins?
I do not know.
And tell me, Chavalita, did I ever marry?
No, Chewy, you never married.
¿Por qué no?
You said the best person was already taken.
Sí, sí. And who was already taken?
I do not know.
But I am not alone.
No.
You are here.
Yes, my friend, I am here.
Siempre estarás aquí conmigo.
Sí, sí. I will always be here with you.
Gracias, Chavalita.
In the meantime, I will stay alert. As always, I will stay awake all night to protect you, my old friend.
Gracias, Chavalita.
I will protect you as always.
Gracias, Chavalita.
No one will take you tonight. I promise.
Gracias, Chavalita.
You are my friend.
Gracias, Chavalita.
You may trust me.
Gracias, Chavalita.
Now, I would never lie to you.
Gracias, Chavalita.
Te prometo. A promise from me is as good as gold.
Gracias, Chavalita.
Both grow quiet. Both are now asleep. Curtain. End of play.